Alright everybody, it's 444RR with a really great magic trick today. This one involves an ordinary dollar. Dollar, dollar, ding, ding, dollar, dollar. Now, they say it also involves an index card and a pen. Now, I'm going to teach you how the trick works. Another one of my teacher tricks that I love to do. Easy magic that you can do with everyday objects. So, this is actually a really cool little effect. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the dollar, or fold the dollar up, give it a nice sharp little crease. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover the dollar with the index card. Just like this, by folding it. Kind of something like that. Now I want you to see that the dollar is still going to be able to stick out there just a little bit. So that way you can still see the dollar. And you're going to be able to see all this as it happens. So I'm going to take the I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to place it right inside of the dollar here, right in the center. There we go. All right, so you can see it's really going through the center there, really going through. Now, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. Just like that. I have punctured the pen through the dollar, and the paper. But, of course, I can pull that right out, and I have to do a little magic, just like that. And now you can see there's a hole in the paper right there, but there is no hole in the dollar bill. Check that out. And that is the pen through bill, I call it. Alright, so let me tell you how the trick works. Very simple trick, and it's kind of fun to do, actually. And you can really bust this out if somebody has a dollar and some paper. And it's cool. You can do this at a restaurant, too, if there's, like, paper napkins. This works even cool, too. So you're going to need another, you're going to need an index card. Let me get one out here. Let me actually get another color index card here. I don't want to use all my yellow cards. No, actually, I'll just use yellow. I don't see the other colors lying around. So, here's what you're going to do. Let me get a second dollar here. Alright, I should have had that prepared. Okay, so, for this, it's pretty easy. Let me first show you this dollar, the one I used in the trick, and see if you can notice anything different about the dollar. It is very, very hard to see the secret of this trick. I'll even show you the back side. It's very hard to see it. I mean, it's virtually invisible to the naked eye. There is actually a small little hole on this dollar bill. And I'm going to see if I can get it to show here. I don't even think I'm going to be able to show it. There we go, right there. There is a small little hole that I've punctured right here in this dollar bill. I made one small little tear in it. Notice there's a little hole, just like that. That's the whole key point to the trick. So let me show you how to make the hole in the dollar. This is actually very simple. You're going to take one part of your dollar and you're going to fold it halfway in. Or a quarter of the way in. So just about right there. Okay. Going to fold it about that much over. And you're going to make one small little tear. Not too far down. Just a small little one. Enough for the pen to be able to slide into that hole. So you're just going to go ahead and do one small little tear down the bill. Something about that size. Again, that is very hard to see on camera, but trust me, about that size. Something about right there. You want to do it, first of all, you want to get a bill that's kind of wrinkly, but not too overly wrinkly. So you want to get like a kind of a crisper bill, but one that's not new, but you don't want to get one that's completely old either. Okay, so you start off by saying, you know, that money has magic powers, whatever you want to say about the dollar. Now, what you do to conceal that hole is very simple. You hold one end of the bill like this, other end like that, and you are actually covering that hole with your finger over here. See? Let me see if I can get it. There's the hole right there. You're covering it with your finger. And if you do it the same way on both sides, you can flap the bill around like this. You can go around the other side, and people won't see that hole because your fingers are covering it, which is kind of cool. And you can be really free with the bill. Actually, you can actually show them, like, right up to their face and say, take a look at that bill. That's an ordinary bill, right? You can't really see the hole. Now, that's why I say if you use kind of an older bill, that's not too old, but kind of older, if there's a lot of, like, folds and creases on this bill, then it blends in easier, and so it's harder for the spectator to see. So, you talk about the pen being mightier than the sword. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to fold that dollar bill as close to middle as you can. Now, you might not be able to get it straight down the center, which is fine. Fold it up and give it one good crease. Now, you want to make sure you keep track of where your slit is, your little slit that you made in that bill. because your slit is going to want to be on the top part of the bill, not on the bottom. So my slit's on top. So now what you're going to do is you're going to place that bill right as close to the edge of that index card as possible, because you want to fold the index card in half. But you don't want to fold it completely in half. You want to leave a little bit of the bill protruding. I would say probably 2 inches. I don't even think that's 2 inches. That might be more like an inch. About an inch and a half, an inch to an inch and a half. And then you're going to fold that bill just like that. So you make like a little pocket. That way you can show your spectator that when you put the pen in the dollar like this, they can still see the pen is going straight through the middle of that dollar, but they can't see the secret of the trick, which is very important. You don't want them to see the secret. So here's the secret to the trick. I'm going to show you the exposed angle. You're going to talk about how you're going to place the pen right inside, in between, in the little opening of that dollar here. All you are doing as you're sliding it in is pushing it through that little hole. You're just pushing it right through that little hole, and it's going out the slit in the back. Simple as that. All right, and then when you have it covered like this, it is very hard to tell that it's going through a little slit in your dollar. You could even, if you wanted to, lift this up just a little bit and notice how good that looks. Look how convincing that looks. It looks like it's going straight through. So you can even lift it up just a tiny little bit to show that it is going through, that to give the illusion that it's actually going through. Now I'm going to show you this from the exposed angle back here. All you're doing is when you're ready to make the magic happen, you're pushing that the pen and slamming it straight through the index card. And what happens is because it's not actually going to puncture the bill, it's just going to go, the rest of that pen's going to go straight through the rest of the slit in the dollar bill. So all you do is I'm going to show you from the exposed angle here, if I can get this on camera. You're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and you're going to push it right through. And notice that it's going over the top of the bill through the index card, which is kind of neat. So it looks like you've punctured the bill and the index card, because if you didn't make the little slit in the bill and you pushed it directly through, it would go through the dollar bill and through the, obviously it would go through the dollar bill and through the index card. So your spectators right now think, uh-oh, he just punctured his money. Now make sure, another key point is don't push it up too high. Okay, don't push the pen up too high. Leave a little bit sticking out when you push it through, because you want them to be able to see, because it looks like from this angle that it really is going through the dollar and the index card. So, and then you say, well, wait a minute, that's bad because I just punctured my money. Let me do a little magic to fix that. So you snap, wave your wand or wave a knife or whatever, and then you pull it out. Or you could pull the pen out first and wave like a magic wand or whatever. And then you say, now look, we have a hole in the index card where the pen went through, but look, there is no hole in that dollar. Now, one very important key point that's happening. After you have punctured the pen through the dollar, the hole might rise up a little bit like you can see right there. The easiest way to fix that is just cover it with your fingers again. And as you have it covered with your fingers, on the back side, just press that hole together. Just start pressing it like that. And that'll make the hole kind of visually repair itself too, which is kind of neat. But you don't want to do that. So you just show that little, then see the hole is basically repaired. So then you hold it at your fingers again, you flap it like that, you flap it like that, and then you can put it in your pocket. Now, if the spectator asks you, hey, can I see that bill? Say no problem and have a backup bill in your pocket. So you basically have this bill, you ditch it in your pocket, and if they say, can I see that bill? You pull it out and say, oh, sure. And you pull out a second bill, and they can look at it to their heart's content, and that bill won't have any marks or holes in it. So it's a really great trick. Now, I did say you can do this at a restaurant, and instead of the index card, you just cover it up with a paper napkin. Now, the only thing you want to watch out for is some paper napkins are kind of flimsy, and they're kind of really cheap, and they're see-through. You want to watch out for that. If it's see-through, you can't do it with a paper napkin, just because if it's see-through, they'll see the secret. But if it's kind of those like thick McDonald's napkins where you can't really see through them, then it's going to work perfectly to do it at a restaurant that has those kind of paper napkins. So, hope you guys enjoyed the pen through bill, and I will see you tomorrow for the next 365 Day Magic Challenge video.